Join me on an unboxing video today. This is not a sponsored video, it's something that I actually paid for with my own money, but I just wanted to share with you. One, because I'm kind of curious to see whether or not I'm actually going to like the item, but then two, to talk about home decorating, purchases, and whether or not we should wait until we have that forever home until we actually can decorate our home. I'm gonna spoil the surprise for you. It's actually a rug. This is the first time ever that I have ordered a rug online, and right now, you can see, let me show you. This is the rug that we have in our room, and for the longest time, I have wanted a rug that wraps around the bed just to kind of provide a little bit of warmth and comfort and just to make it look more cozy. But I didn't want to spend that money because this is not the forever home, and a minimalist shouldn't have these things. And really, I started thinking about it, like there are lots of really expensive rugs. I wanted like a cheaper item, but should I necessarily have or not have something just because somebody else would not want me to have that or would not want that in their home? Like, I don't think that I necessarily need to have the forever home before I can actually make my home cozy. So it does mean that I need to like think about things and really consider my purchases and consider the long run. But at the same time, like, I shouldn't feel shame over the things that I buy that I'm actually going to be using, touching every single day. Such as the case of a carpet, like I'd be walking on it every single day. So let's open it and see what it is. Okay. I'm a little bit nervous actually. Sometimes you see pictures and it's not what you actually saw online. And it was a patterned rug too, so I don't know. Okay, so this is the color. The reason that I went with something like this is because we have a lot of wood. So you can see the bed here. We actually built this bed. My husband and I built this bed and we made epoxy on it. So you see that epoxy resin there with the blue. So this rug has a little bit of blue, a little bit of that like tannish golden-y color, and then a little bit of red too. I'm actually not a big fan of red. Like, I love wearing red, but I'm not a big fan of red in my home. However, let me show you. This painting here is the sunset on our first date, and this is one that my husband actually made. So you can tell it has a lot of reds, and to me, this is a very, very special painting. So although it's not like the color scheme that I would necessarily go for, I do want to keep this because of its sentimental value and just what it means to me. So I want to also incorporate a little bit more of reds in this particular room to kind of match with it. And then this painting over here is one that we actually saved from a thrift store that was going out of business, and it had been thrown on the curb. Like, it was just on the side of the curb to be tossed, which was pretty sad. And if you look closely, it has a little bit of red here, like this little cabin. So I mean, there's little bits of red here in our home, and too within the wood, different sides of the wood also have like little bits of red. And this is, oh gosh, what kind of wood is that? Poplar? Poplar wood. So before I actually show you what the rug looks like on the ground, I wanted to show you that little guy, which is actually not a little guy, it's a big body pillow. And I wanted to talk about this because sometimes as a minimalist, I feel like, oh my gosh, there's certain things that I shouldn't buy and I shouldn't be buying more and more and more. But really, if something is going to serve you, if you're actually going to use it every single day, then who cares if you have 4 pillows, 5 pillows on your bed? The main thing is, do you have the things that are serving you? Do you have things that are making you feel better or making you healthier or making you happier or that actually work? Maybe you don't necessarily like the broom that you have, but you need it, right? So it's not about the stuff and how much stuff you have, but are you actually being thoughtful, intentional, and are you actually using these items and getting your value out of them? So in the example of the body pillow, I could think to myself, whoa, like that's totally not a minimalist bed. Like, I have 5 pillows on my bed now. But really, like, we actually use them. And in the case of that pillow, it helps my husband a lot because he has chronic back pain. So if I didn't have it just so I could please somebody else online or just have some appearance of what it means to be minimal, then I'm not really being honest with myself. Also, I think that guilt really doesn't get us anywhere. Like, when we're operating on guilt, we're really not feeling abundance. We are believing maybe that we are not worthy of having nice things. And so we ourselves are kind of putting a hindrance or a barrier towards having and obtaining nice things, because when we do have something nice, we feel guilty for having it. And that was something that I very much had. I've shared with you that I grew up poor. I grew up in Mexico, and although I wish I could say that growing up poor, like I literally had a point in my life when I was eating out of a trash can because I was hungry. My mom, my brother, me, we all shared a meal, and that was basically what we had for all of us, sharing one meal. And my mom was nursing at that time, and I was hungry, and I ate trash, like burnt up tortillas from another family's trash can. And I wish I could say that that made me humble, but no, it didn't. It made me insecure. And then because of that insecurity, I became very egotistical, very prideful. And then as a result of that, I also felt unworthy. And that unworthiness was what stopped me from trying for a lot of things that I wanted to do. Like it really stopped me on so many ways. And hold on a sec. Ooh, it's really soft. Oh, I think I might like it. I think I might like this. I think I might. Where was I going with that? I forgot where I was going with that, but I definitely can attest to the fact that being insecure can not only hurt yourself, but it can hurt people around you. And I don't want any part of that anymore. If I can have nice things, I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to try to save when I can. I'm going to try to thrift when I can and find the avenues to those things like a lot wiser, so that I don't feel like I have to have everything. Like I definitely practice a lot of delayed gratification. And that just basically means that I create a wish list and write things down so that when I want something, I'm thinking about that and kind of let it go. I release it. I'm not so attached to whether or not I have it. But at the same time, I'm acknowledging that I want something, and I'm not shaming myself for wanting something. And I'm also trusting that if it is for me, then I will obtain it at some point or another. But changing the topic here, this rug, it's actually really soft. I think I might like it. I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't like it because online shopping is just, you never know, it's hit or miss. I think this is just so perfect for my room because, like, check out this pattern. Check out this pattern, and it's so soft. I'm so excited actually. So the blue with the epoxy, the green from the bedding, the red from the paintings that we have, and like also like the wood tints. I think this is just perfect. So I'm gonna put it on or under the bed, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Also too, while I'm setting this up and actually putting this on the ground, I'm sorry for the yelling and screaming that you hear in the background. My kids are fine. They play. They can be loud. This is real life. I'm showing you the behind the scenes, you know, things that actually happen as they happen. This rug is one that I had purchased at a Home Goods, I believe, like 8 years ago. And it is a washable one. So I love when rugs can be washable. That's something that to me is really important because I want to make sure that they're clean. And this one, it has like a non-slip grip. It could be washable, but we have a pressure washer, so I could probably just take it outside and hang it up to dry. That's probably easier because it's bigger. Then this one, I think I'm gonna put it in my bathroom, and then the blue will kind of all tie together. So I'm gonna reuse this one in the bath and then just put this one here. And I almost forgot to share, this is the previous bath mat that I used to have here, and don't judge me. I will never again buy like an off-white mat because no matter how many times you wash it, like it just doesn't go white again. But it's also a little bit smaller, so I think this will kind of tie in the bathroom to the blues in the bedroom. And then what junk do I have here? Well, random paper clip. Whoops. And yeah, I'm gonna move it a little bit over and give it a good wash, but I think it'll be fine here. It was a total lie. I definitely had to wait on my husband because this massive solid wooden bed, I was never gonna be able to move it by myself. But I love the way, I almost feel like the epoxy just is a little bit brighter because of the way that the colors kind of reflect this. And when we moved in here, I thought this gray was great, but I'm not in love with it anymore, so it kind of hides that gray. So I think this is awesome. I'm really happy with it. I think the lesson for me is that I don't need to wait until I have the forever home to be able to feel cozy in my home. And this means, of course, that I need to be wise with my money and not just like go out and do all sorts of crazy renovations, but at the same time that it's okay if I get something that I know I'm going to use for a long time that I'm going to enjoy. This rug cost me 150 bucks, and I'm honestly wondering why I didn't get it any sooner, because I had been wanting a rug for a long time. And even though it's like kind of a bright pattern and very busy pattern, I really don't think that a lot of people would think this is very minimal, but at the same time, like, it's me, it's my style, and I like it. So I don't need to appease other people or get something just because it's in style or in season or in trend. Like, I showed my sister this rug and I said, hey, I'm gonna buy this. She let me know her thoughts. She did not like it. And I'm like, well, you know, that's fine. Like, this is my home. I want to make it cozy. And I no longer want to wait until the forever home to give myself permission to enjoy the space that I live in and day out. Let me know about you. What are your thoughts on waiting to decorate and have your home cozy before you have your forever home? Do you currently have a space that you're working on renovating or redecorating? I've definitely leaned towards the side of just feeling guilty whenever I purchase things for the home, because I feel like, oh, well, they're not necessary. Like, these things aren't something that I actually should spend money on. But I'm literally going to feel this thing every single day. So why not enjoy it if I can and I have the means for it? Like, there's a lot of different ways that you can get things discounted, shop sales, shop thrifted items. I mean, you don't necessarily have to go out of your budget, but does that mean we have to wait for the forever home to be cozy in our homes? I'm choosing to allow myself to enjoy some things without feeling like I have to be in trend, have to be in season, or that I have to wait for some day to enjoy my home. That's all I wanted to share with you today. Let me know your thoughts on this.